be nobody else, so bro, just be yourself. Hey, can't be nobody else, so bro, just be yourself. Hey, you can't be nobody else, so bro, just be yourself. You can't be nobody else, so bro, just be yourself. You got one life, so live it. If it kill your vibe, then kill it. That's a leg of the juice, won't spill it. Too much juice, don't tip it. Hit that button, please don't skip it. Subscribe, tell a couple friends and leave a couple likes. Please, let's go for a ride. Find a mood and slide. Told the hater, please just move aside. You can't screw my crew tonight. Let's get it right. Juice Land, hey, hey, Juice Land, Juice Land, hey, Juice, yeah, yeah.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's just Juiceland back with another video. Don't forget to assassinate the like button, subscribe to be a part of the Juicebox Gang. It's been a year, you gotta give me some grace. I know y'all noticed a couple of new things, like a new intro, which I'm really proud of. Shout out to brother Ash for doing his thing on my intro. If y'all need any time in the stew, you need to hit him up. Like, I'll link all his social media stuff in this video as well as in the description. Y'all, it's been a rough year. That's mostly why I've been gone. But y'all got real up close and personal with these questions, so I'm gonna answer these questions and we're gonna get into, I guess, this life update y'all been asking for. Like, I wanted to do something real simple, like a story time, and y'all just were like, no, we want to know about Jocelyn's life. So I guess I'll tell you. Like I said though, don't forget to share this video and leave your 2 cents in the comments below. I love to read y'all's comments and heart y'all's comments and just get your overall feedback on the video. But without further ado, let's get into it. I got my notebook, so y'all already know that means y'all came with a lot of questions. The first one is, Kanye is the best, change my mind. Okay, so that's not really a question. I personally wouldn't consider him the best, and it's like, okay, best what? Are you saying like he's the best rapper, best singer, best person? If y'all know me, y'all know that I love the man on my shirt, Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover. That is my man. So I probably can't change your mind because I feel like I don't know too much about him. The next question, your favorite show as a kid. When I see this question, I was just like, dang, because I watched a lot of shows as a kid. As a kid, I was definitely more of like a show person, I would say, but like right when middle school hit, I was like movies all the way, and I'm still like that now. A favorite show, I probably didn't have a favorite. I watched a lot of different ones. I was really hooked on like Pretty Little Liars. I liked old SpongeBob, Proud Family, Courage the Cowardly Dog, definitely, the old Teen Titans. That's just to name a few, because I could go on and on, but I loved a lot of the older shows, I would say, like the old Disney and the old Cartoon Network and the old Nickelodeon. I probably wasn't really supposed to be watching this show, but Mad TV was always just like super funny to me. Next question, can we be besties? I don't know who you are, but it's kind of hard to be your bestie if you hit me up anonymously. If you don't get the courage and like leave a comment or something, I think we could definitely work our way up to that. I'd like to think that I'm an approachable person, but y'all comment down below if y'all think I'm approachable. Leave a thumbs up emoji if you think I'm approachable. So this next question, I was really wrestling with if I was even gonna include it in the video, because this is something just like very personal to me, and I'm not gonna lie, it's still hard to like talk about it, but I try to be honest and very transparent on this channel. So this next question just says like, how's the single life been? If you're an OG subscriber, you've definitely seen Jay on the channel before. That's who I was with. I know a lot of people just don't know about it because it's not like I posted about it or really said anything about it. But we both kind of just ended things earlier in the year. We had been together for 5 years. It was a very hard decision. I would say. It's so hard to talk about. I don't want to cry on camera. We're not gonna do that. But don't worry, like Jay and I, we're still very close. We're definitely best friends. Will there be a future for us? You know, I like to say only God knows that, so we'll see. To answer how the single life's been, because I guess I kind of just like skipped over that. It's been interesting. I got to find out what a lot of these like memes and whatever on Twitter been talking about, because y'all are just talking about how a lot of men just ain't it. And I'm not gonna say like all of them are bash men or anything like that, because I'm sure there's probably some crazy girls out there too, but I've experienced some crazy stuff. Like I feel like a lot of men weren't taught how to talk to women, and I feel like that's why a lot of stuff has been happening. But I'll say also the single life has been lonely, but it's also been transformative, because I've been able to spend more time with myself and find out a lot more about myself, what I like, what I don't like, finding out ways to challenge myself, and like just learning to love myself again, who I am as a person, apart from like who my partner was and us together, but like finding out who Jocelyn is, because I was in a relationship for so long, but realizing who is Jocelyn as like a young woman. I ain't grown yet. I like to say I'm a little grown. I'm half grown. So that's very hard for me to talk about myself. So this whole thing is just like a little weird, but the question was, what's one new thing you've learned about yourself recently that you love? I would say like how positive and contagious my energy is, how rare my energy is, and just like how much of a light I can be to other people. I think I've never really taken the time to consider that or realize like my impact to other people. But more and more, especially recently, all of my compliments that I've been getting mostly attest to my spirit, my energy, and just like how genuine I am and how much of a light I am to other people. It's still very weird to hear people say that about me, but I really do appreciate it, and it makes me blush, but it also makes me just like speechless, because to me that's almost like one of the highest compliments or whatever that like you can get. So thank you so much if you've ever said that to me. Thank you if you feel that way about me and even haven't said it. Try to keep it up. I'm so sorry if you call me on a bad day. You're like, girl, genuine energy, positive energy where? So I apologize if you call me on a bad day. This next one says, how's your day? So today I started the first day. Ooh. Why don't you telling me when it's crooked? I started the first day of CA training, which if you go to really any other school, but they're called RAs. So I started that training today. It went well. The day wasn't too long. So my day's been good. Like I didn't go to bed hungry. I got to talk to my family and also some friends. So it was a good day. It's a good day. Next question. What is something you like to do for fun? What do you like to do in your free time? So for fun, I'm down for anything. I'm definitely like an adventure type of person. Like let's go out somewhere we've never been, whether that's a restaurant or like some entertainment place. I also love shopping for other people and like getting gifts for other people. That's a love language for me, I think, gift giving. Like to curate a gift and to give it to someone, I love that. I like doing that for fun. I also love watching movies for fun. BuzzFeed quizzes, good time for fun. In my free time, I'm doing this. In my free time, like by the time y'all see this, my free time was used editing this video or filming this video. Like, in my free time also, like if I'm feeling inspired enough, I'll write, or think of content ideas. Like I have a whole folder of just content ideas, not only for YouTube, but just like for Instagram Reels. I find that my mind races a lot more lately, so I just try to write any and all ideas down as they go. Next question was, what is my dream vacation? I would say anything all-inclusive, but really I would love to go out of the country. I don't have my passport yet. I know, it's 2022 and I don't have my passport, but I'm working on it. Yeah, really anywhere that I can practice my Spanish. That's what I really want to do. I want to go to a Spanish-speaking country, enjoy their culture, and just get more comfortable with speaking the language. Like, for those of you who don't know, I minored in Spanish. I don't like to say I'm fluent because I'm not exactly comfortable yet speaking full Spanish, but trying to get there. So yeah, somewhere like that. And what made me create a YouTube channel? When I was younger, I just always wanted one. Like, every form of social media, I've always wanted one. But what really inspired me was definitely Vine. I was like, I really like Vine, but I was like, I don't think I could ever like do Vine well because it's so short. I like longer videos. I like to talk a lot. I have a lot of ideas, and I feel like Vine is just so short. It's a lot harder for me. But I wanted, originally, I'm not gonna lie, when I first created YouTube when I was younger, I was like, yo, I just want to get famous, and I heard you can make money off of YouTube, so I want to do that. But as I started getting like more into things, it was just like, I love to create and to have a space where I can talk to and reach out to multiple people and find other people who look like me, act like me. That would be really dope. And I've always just like made comments that my life is a joke and it should be shared with people because I go through a lot of funny stuff. So I wanted to share my life with people. I know this is probably gonna sound crazy. I always used to talk to myself. Like, I don't know if y'all do this too, but like, I realized even when I was really young, I always used to talk like there was an audience watching. Like, if something would happen, I would look at the fake audience and be like, yo, y'all seen that? And stuff like that. And I just felt like what better place than YouTube? And when I was younger, I always used to download all these apps where you could go live. And I was getting like all these followers on these apps, and I was like, it'd be really cool if they could subscribe, if like people liked me that much and my content, that, you know. And then this was the platform that did all that. Oh, but I wanted to see more plus size friendly creators, as well as more like Black women creators. So I wanted to like do that. That was a long answer, but that's really why. Number 10 is, do you eat booty? First of all, why? Why did you send me this question? Like, first of all, it's not your business, but to clarify, because I don't want to hear nobody in the comments or nobody see me at school or whatever and be like, nah, you kind of fishy on that. I do not eat butt, okay? I'm so sorry. No matter how much I love you, whatever, I don't care who you are, I'm not eating your butt. I'm so sorry. Like, more power to the people that do eat booty. Like, that's really good for you for being like inclusive and like, you know, what you eat. But I'm good. Next question was, have I ever been fired? No, I've never been fired. I've always quit jobs, like put in my 2 weeks of all the jobs I've been at. I think I've worked maybe a total of like 6 or 7 jobs in my lifetime now, because I get bored really easily. I remember telling a friend, like, my dream job would be to try every job in the world, like have a show where I try out every job in the world. Like, I want to try them all, low key. I accept nothing that has to do with spiders. Like, if it has something to do with spiders, I'm so sorry. I'm out. I'm out. So this next question, I was like, somebody's trying to get me in trouble. It says, what's a secret you kept from your parents? No, y'all know my parents watch my videos, so you're a snake for that, but I'll answer it. Look, so I would say like one thing they probably didn't know is, so I have this friend, and when we were in high school, we used to have these fun nights together where we would engage in fun activities and dance and everything, and then we would stay over each other's houses. So this one night, my crush was there. At the time, my crush was Jalen. But also, you know, one of my friends, even though I was best friends with his sister, like he's also gonna be there, but he lives there. So my parents were asking like, oh, like since you're sleeping over, are the boys like sleeping separately from the girls? And I knew that if I said that we weren't sleeping separately, that I was not gonna be able to stay over. So I was like, yeah, we're sleeping separately. The guys are gonna sleep in the basement. And I'm personally sleeping in Julia's room. I don't know about the other girls, but I'm sleeping in my friend's room, and the guys are gonna be separate. And my parents are like, okay, like, you know, if you get tired, make sure you separate from them. And I'm like, yeah, sure. That night, I promise you, I tried to make it my mission to cuddle with and get close to this man. Oh my God, so sorry, Mom and Dad, if you're watching this. Next question, my biggest accomplishment in college thus far. I feel like, not to brag, but I feel like I have a lot. At one point, it was definitely the fact that I got accepted into the athletic training program. If you know me like in person, you know how much of a big of a deal that is, because they only accept like less than 20 students. At one point, that was the biggest accomplishment at college. But then I thought about it, and like I'll maybe do another story time about how that didn't work out. But it was that. But in retrospect, right now, I would definitely say it's reactivating a club on campus. So I'm the president of New Life Ministry at my campus, and like reactivating that club last year was very challenging. But the fact that I did that with the help of an amazing executive board, so if you're watching this, thank you so much. That was a huge accomplishment for me. Y'all, I'm back. Y'all can see it's getting dark, so I had to change the lighting, and I have my glasses on, so bear with me because the shadowing was doing something weird with my glasses. But anyway, the next question is my favorite food at the moment. If y'all know me, y'all know I love Chinese food. So my favorite food, even though I thought I never had a favorite food, is pretty much like egg rolls. But at the moment, the food that will always have me in a chokehold is fried sweet plantains, or plantain, however you say it. I know some people say it like different ways, but yeah. Or Taco Bell. And don't be up in the comments talking about, oh, your booty must hurt, like you be dookieing. No, I don't. Not as much as you think from that. Recommendations for overcoming creative blocks, and what's an example of a creative block you've had? So I'll give an example first and then give ways of like overcoming it. So an example of a creative block I had, there was a point I haven't wrote like poetry, monologues, whatever. It had been a whole year, 2 years. Like I hadn't written anything since like 2020. But then I did the Alpha pageant, and we had a talent portion, and I'm like, what am I good at? Like, I gotta really try if I were to use singing as a talent, and I'd have to really try if I wanted to use dance as a talent as well. And I was like, okay, but I write, but I prefer to write monologues than I do poetry. I know some people either know me more for my monologues, and I know some people know me more for my poetry. So it really depends on who you ask. But my creative block, it was just like, I would sit down and go to write, I'm like, nothing. I just felt nothing. Or like, even if I wanted to write, I just didn't take the time to do it. There's either no urge to do it, or whatever I started to write or type out, I hated it, so I would just delete it. What I would do is I would start a line to something, but never finish the piece, whatever that piece was. It could have been a monologue, whatever. In terms of how to overcome that, I always say taking a break. And I know with the block, you're essentially already taking a break. But when you have a creative block, essentially, basically what I mean by this is just, I feel like that's a sign you need to step away and get like re-inspired. So I typically get re-inspired by people watching. That's always been my thing. Call me a stalker, I don't care. I think people make for the best content. Like, they do the craziest and say the craziest things. So like, people watching, like, go to a park, sit on a bench, like, have your headphones in, listen to music, but just like look around, notice things. Or put your headphones in so you don't look like a complete creeper. but have no music playing, and then watch, and then you can hear their conversations as well. That's where I get a lot of my content for like monologues and stuff like that. Music inspires me, so that's typically how I get over a creative block. Or, you know, learn by others, be inspired by other people's work. Like, you know, don't copy exactly what they're doing and then try to say like this is your new thing. But I have always tried to look at other people's content and say like, okay, how can I take like what they did but make it my own and do it in a unique way? So even in some of my Instagram reels, like, yeah, I'm using a trending sound, but I approach the trend completely different than how everybody else is doing it. I hope that helped. Favorite outfit and hairstyle? I would say, I'll try to insert like a picture of it, but I had got this daisy crop top from Shein and this denim skirt from Shein that like buttons up and the buttons are gold. It's a little short. And I paired that with like some white heels. I wore it in one of the fashion shows I was in. I wouldn't say like that's my favorite outfit, but I think like that is so cute. It's one of the cutest things I've put together. Okay, favorite hairstyle? Y'all know I love a twist, but not like these. I love Senegalese twists, but I'm trying to think. I really liked when my friend Kiana did my hair. Like, it was my first time experimenting with a different color other than black for locks, and she did her thing. So I'll try to insert like a picture here what it looked like, but that was so good. And it was my first time doing like really long hair too, and she talked me into it. So that was really fun. I'm not gonna lie, I also feel like a queen when I have my little silk press moment. Best memory? This is very hard. This is so vague and I suck at picking favorites. I'm very indecisive. Y'all know this by now. I've been blessed. There's a lot of memories I can think of. I will say though, one of the memories that I'm really grateful for is my first girls' night ever, which was with my friends Juliet and Ashley and Brittany. So y'all, if you're watching this, thank you so much for that night. Like, I needed that so bad, and I remember praying like for the longest time to find like a core group of female friends, because I've been struggling. I'm not gonna lie, like through college it's been really hard for me to make female friends. I don't know why. I think it's because I just like naturally keep to myself here, even though I'm an outgoing person. That's another story. But yeah, that was just a funny night. Night was funny. It was fun. Like, I felt really good about myself. I felt good about the people who I was with. Like, that was the one day I just didn't stress or worry about anything. Like, I was completely present in the moment and I was just having a good time. I remember I was talking about that night for weeks, even after it happened. Like, yo, I had so much fun. Like, it was a good time. All right, this next one is a little confusing. It says dream future. I guess like my ideal future, what I want my future to look like. I want to be married. I want to have 2 to 4 kids. I'm telling y'all, after 4, tubes tied, honey, okay? Because I really want to be able to give each child a good amount of attention and affection, and still come to their events, but also more importantly, be able to afford a comfortable life for each of my children. I want to be happily married. Yeah, I want to be happily married. Dream future would be a future in which my partner and I, whoever I end up with, we're both financially stable to the point where we can travel more often. We can splurge comfortably and not have to worry about it. I mean, obviously, like, we, be able to control our spending and everything like that, but that dream future would include like my ideal career and job, which is the next question, so I'll get into that. But overall, my dream future would be just me being happy and my family being happy, because I feel like myself and my family, we've just been through so much. So to be able to to live in peace and happiness would be great. Also, my dream future would be a world with less ignorance and violence. Yeah, definitely those two. I feel like a lot of people are just so ignorant and hateful. So a world with less of that would be great. My ideal career or job, for those of you who don't know, like I'm studying health and exercise science in school. I have 2 minors, one in Spanish and sports and exercise psychology, and I do have a CUGS in creative writing, and then the other one in sports management. So basically the $1 million question, what do you want to do with that? Right now, right here in this moment, I can say like, I want to get my certification in personal training. I also want to get my license in sports massage therapy, and I also want to be a sports psychologist in the hopes of opening up my own practice one day that will help and focus on the minds, focus on an athlete's mind and body, so a more holistic approach in terms of like healing and just helping athletes, and not even just athletes, but really any active population, just having an open practice for people to come and utilize like my facilities, get personal training from me, get different massages, as well as like also like having a counseling session, like if somebody needed that. Yeah, and then I do want to eventually become a professor. Like I'm very passionate about that, just because I personally haven't seen too many people who have looked like me in my classrooms and stuff like that, and like bringing that to PWI so people of color can feel more included and feel comfortable learning. Because you know, as someone who went to a HBCU and now being at a PWI, that's definitely something I miss, like having faculty members who look like you and who get it, and not feeling like judged or in the way, or feeling like you have to work 10 times harder. Like it really is just a weight lifted. So to be able to do that for other students of color, I pray that I can do that in the future. So catch me at a PWI near you in the future, hopefully. We'll see. I'm trying to figure out grad school right now. Okay, this next one makes me happy because it says name some things that make you super happy. Things that make me happy are like good deeds, doing good deeds for people. Community service makes me happy. Happy people make me happy. Pandas make me really happy. Chinese food makes me really happy. I'm super happy. Cannolis! I love food, y'all. Food makes me happy. Shopping makes me happy. Like when I pay for it for my money, that makes me happy. Pools make me happy. This makes me happy. This really makes me super happy. The fact that I'm sitting down filming right now and I'm like actually getting it done, like that makes me happy. School makes me super happy. I know it's not like a popular opinion, but I really do love school. I love to learn. I love being here. So yeah, that makes me happy. Seeing my family happy, that really makes me happy. Like knowing that they're not stressing, knowing that they have peace. Love that. Ooh, another thing that makes me super happy, music. Music! I don't know why I sung that. Okay. So fun fact, I seen the first Harry Potter, but I made the mistake of watching at my grandmother's. She's very religious. So my parents were there. She made me turn it off and was like, "You're watching that devil's movie and all that wizardry and witchcraft and everything." She thought it was the devil. So I was under the impression that since she said I couldn't watch it at her house, that I wasn't allowed to watch it, period. So I stopped reading the books. I haven't seen any Harry Potter movie past the first one. But when I went on my senior trip, I definitely had some butterbeer and like acted like I knew everything about Harry Potter. Also, my house is Ravenclaw, just in case you cared to know. Are you an introvert or extrovert? I'm definitely an extrovert with introvert tendencies. Like there's these very rare moments and stuff where I'm very much so like, leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered by anybody. I don't want to be around anyone. And I revel in being alone. And like, y'all ever be home alone, especially if you live with family or other people, and then you get mad when they come home? they don't even have to really be making noise, or they could even be asking you something as simple as like, oh, how was your day, and stuff like that, and you're just like. And I also say like extrovert with introverted tendencies, because I could be out and then out of nowhere I'm like, ooh, like I don't want to be here, like I'm ready to go. I stop talking as much, the jokes stop, I just like get on my phone and everything like that, and I just be like, that's why I always like to drive to places myself. I don't want to get rides with nobody, because there's a high chance I'm gonna be ready to leave before you do, and I need to be able to get out of there. Spill tea on your first kiss. That tea is too long, so I'm gonna make that a story time. Comment down below if y'all want me to do a story time on my first kiss. The only hint I'll give you is that it was a dare. My first kiss was a dare, yeah. So that should tell you at least a little bit how that went, yeah. I have COVID, can you give me any show recommendations? Oh my God, I'm really sorry that you have COVID, and I pray and I wish you a speedy recovery. I'm not really a show person. I'm definitely a movie person, but in terms of shows, always The Office, of course. But if you're not into The Office, because I know some people, it's like either you're for it or you hate it. Or on Host Club, if you like anime. It's one of the more cheesy ones, but I really like it. Also, Courage the Cowardly Dog, always. And someone's probably gonna make fun of me that I say this, but the new game show, America Says, or Family Feud, I love watching that. Ooh, but when I was really down bad, I was watching either like Catfish, like binging Catfish, which has gotten like real spicy over the years, or watching Kitchen Nightmares on YouTube is honestly hilarious. Like, and it'll also make you probably never want to go to a restaurant again. I don't know. Definitely those shows. But if you want movie recommendations, we can really talk. Last question, y'all. It says, do you have any tattoos? If you don't, what tattoos are you thinking of getting? So I don't have any tattoos. I definitely was a person who was originally like so against tattoos. Like, I would never tattoo my body, but I'm not gonna lie, I've been itching for a tattoo. Because when I was younger, we were on the boardwalk and I asked my parents, could I get a henna tattoo? Y'all know henna temporary. I asked, can I get a henna tattoo? They made me look up the scripture, Leviticus 19:28, and it has forever been ingrained in my head. If you don't know what that scripture is, it's basically the scripture that says like, don't put markings on your body and stuff like that. And I remember being like, but y'all have tattoos? And they're like, well, we didn't know that scripture before we got the tattoo. So since then, I've just been in my head like, do I get it? I know the scripture. And then I'm also on the fence like, well, life is short and the Lord knows my heart. So some of the tattoo ideas I have in my head, I want to get something. Oh, why my arm look like that? I want to get a flower right here. I'll probably insert the photos right here in honor of my dad's mom. Her name was Dolores, and that's who I'm named after. I've also thought about getting some type of Courage the Cowardly Dog tattoo. I've also thought about getting one of my favorite lyrics from one of my favorite artists, Childish Gambino. One of his lyrics is, we were childish but had to grow up, and I was thinking that could go like down my spine. But I also want like this yin yang roses tattoo on like the side of my thigh / butt. Kind of like how Cardi's is, like where Cardi B's tattoo is. Like I was thinking of something like that, because yin yang is my favorite symbol apart from the cross, and I love roses. Like roses are my favorite flower. I don't care how basic that sounds, but they also call Dolores, my grandma, Dolores roses, so it makes me feel like a part of her. Like she's a part of me. I hope y'all made it to the end of this video. If you did, don't forget to, I got it lined up right. Don't forget to assassinate that like button. Subscribe to be a part of the Juicebox Gang. Leave your 2 cents in the comments and share this video with a friend or family member. Y'all, it costs $0.00 to subscribe to the just subscribe. And like I always say, until next time, y'all, bruh, just be yourself. Number 5. Okay. Okay, guys,